Welcome to Manifest Beyond Limits, the podcast that helps you break free from fear and self-doubt so you can create a life filled with abundance, joy, and fulfillment. I'm your host, DaNajah, manifestation coach, speaker, and believer in limitless possibility. Each week, we'll dive into the mindset shifts, energetic principles, and manifestation tools that help you step into your power and design a reality that truly lights you up. Because here, we believe there are no limits, and anything is possible. You ready? Let's manifest beyond limits. Welcome back to the Manifest Beyond Limits podcast. So in the last episode, we talked about the ups and downs of life, the highs, the lows, and what actually matters when everything else falls away. And today, I want to continue that conversation by focusing on one simple phrase that's been sitting with me the last few weeks. Que Sera, Sera. Whatever will be, will be. And so initially, this phrase sounds passive, like just giving up or not caring or just letting life happen to you. But that's not what it really means. Que Sera, Sera is about surrender. And surrender is one of the most misunderstood concepts in manifestation and in life. So surrender doesn't mean you stop caring. It doesn't mean you stop trying. It doesn't mean that you don't have desires, goals, or dreams. Surrender means releasing the illusion that you are in control of how things unfold. It's the understanding that you can show up fully and so allow life to meet you in ways that you couldn't have planned. I recently saw a quote that said something similar to, "I don't care if it doesn't go my way, because God, Source, the universe, always has my back." And so most of us are taught and live life consciously and unconsciously from the belief that safety comes from control. If I plan enough, if I think it through enough, if I manage every detail, if I hold on tightly, then I'll be okay. But control doesn't actually create peace, safety, or certainty. It creates tension, pressure, and resistance. Because life is unpredictable. People are unpredictable. And timing is unpredictable. And the more you try to control outcomes, the more your nervous system stays in a state of effort, pressure, and force. But surrender is the opposite of that. It's choosing trust over force. So a lot of people say, I trust, I surrender, I'm letting go. But surrender isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily practice. Because you don't wake up one morning fully surrendered forever. You practice it in small moments, in disappointments, in delays, in uncertainty, in the unknown. You practice surrender every time something doesn't go the way you expect it, and you choose not to spiral or panic. That's the work. So manifestation isn't about controlling reality. It's about co-creating with something bigger than you. So when you're overly attached to how something has to happen, a relationship, a business outcome, a career move, a timeline, you narrow down the possibilities. But when you surrender while staying anchored in your desires and intentions, you create space for something better, deeper, or more aligned to emerge. Sometimes what doesn't work out is actually what clears the path. And sometimes what falls apart is what frees you. And sometimes the delay isn't a denial, it's protection. So surrendering might look like letting a relationship end without needing closure from the other person. Allowing a business idea to evolve instead of forcing it to succeed. Trusting that a no today might be a redirection, not a rejection. Or releasing the version of your life that you thought you were supposed to have. Now, that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It doesn't mean that you don't grieve. It doesn't mean you don't feel disappointed. It means you allow life to move through you without resisting. So, que Sera, Sera isn't about indifference. maybe it's about devotion. Devotion to trusting that even when you don't understand the path, you're still being guided. Devotion to staying open when things don't make sense yet. Devotion to the belief that you are supported even when outcomes change. And surrender doesn't mean you stop dreaming. It means you stop demanding that life look exactly the way you imagined in order to feel safe. And that level of trust, that's not passive. It's powerful and it's very much active. And I'll talk to you in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of Manifest Beyond Limits. I hope you're leaving feeling inspired, empowered, and ready to take aligned action toward your next level. If this episode spoke to your heart, it would mean the world if you shared it with someone who needs to hear it, or left a quick review to help more beautiful souls find this space. And if you'd like to stay connected, you can find me on Instagram at Manifest Beyond Limits, or visit manifestbeyondlimits.com to dive deeper into my world. And remember, you are powerful, you are supported, and there are no limits to what you can create. With that being said, go out there and manifest a life that's truly beyond limits.